I'm glad that was
Jesus,
live.
that's
Private
racist.
live!
Manning Franks has been canceled.
I've been canceled.
Another white man.
Hey, and welcome to a new episode of Late Night Take
Is it
3.
racist?
It is a very fun one. But we've got Matt Kearns. Matt, how's it going?
And it was going good until some racially insensitive statements were said before the stream started. Hashtag cancel Manning. No, it's Sunday, which is weird. I'm not used to late night being on Sunday because I can't have a late night on Sunday because I work a job that I hate. And I can say that because I know 1,000% no one from my job watches this. They barely look at what I do at my job, let alone when I'm not there. But yeah, I'm not going to say the name of my employer, but still. I'm just digging my own hole here, I believe. By the way, my company, have you heard about the movie Boss Baby? Because I can tell you things. We can
Mute
take
him.
some advice from there if we...
But with that being said, it's very weird for me to call this late night because it is lunchtime for me right now.
Agreed.
But we've also got Manning. Manning, how's it going?
Listen, we already have a lot of white people here on Take 3, white men. So if we cancel one, oh well, we lose one. Hello. Hi. It's a pleasure to be back. The click. The Cinnamon is here, and I'm super excited to join late night again. Now that we're actually here at a reasonable time, because you know what, my work's until 9:30 a.m., so I got time. I'm working from home.
But with that being said, going to go into our first main thing, which is our news segment. But we've got some other news. We've got a new logo for Take 3 Productions. And here it is.
Oh,
No. Here it is.
but it's not a PNG background.
Oh, yeah. No.
But that's the logo. Abe did a job on it.
He did.
Great movies. There's like Godfather and Godfather 2, and then there's Free. On top of that, okay, Godfather is nothing compared to Boss Baby. I'm sorry, Coppola just couldn't compare. Put the cookie down.
Thanks,
cookies
Vijay.
off
I
the
appreciate
closure.
that.
But
God.
with that being said,
How you doing?
Oh yeah, new logo. Speaking of which, you know who approves that logo? The Boss Baby. You guys heard about this movie, Boss Baby?
anyway,
About it.
we don't have any Boss Baby news.
Sadly,
But
Isn't there a sequel, or did I dream that? Was there supposed to be a
you
sequel?
probably dreamed it. I don't.
No, I'm saying. I think it's real.
But with that being said, we've got a bunch of news that came out during the week. Some of it came out a little later, but I just left it here because I think it's still fun to talk about. But I'm going to run down the headlines. One that I just saw today is Christian Bale has shaved his head bald for Thor: Love and Thunder. Zendaya is going to be playing Lola Bunny in Space Jam 2: A New Legacy. There's a remake to House Party, which is going to be Jorge Lindeberg and Tosin Cole. Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Mads Mikkelsen have joined the cast of Indiana Jones 5. Janina Gavankar joins Borderlands movie as Commander Knox. Both Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu has joined Shazam! Fear of the Gods. I think they are both playing villains. I know Lucy Liu is. The Toxic Avenger reboot has added Jacob Tremblay to the cast. Hugh Jackman and Laura Dern are teaming up for Florian Zeller's next movie, The Sun. I wonder if it's going to be a part of a trilogy. His third one's going to be called The Holy Ghost, but we'll get...
Has to be.
And then Alfred Molina has actually talked more about his return to Doc Ock, which I don't think has been officially confirmed by the studio, but
Kevin Feige just has a sniper on Alfred Molina.
But but yeah, Alfred Molina has sort of said that it's going to be taking up directly from where he left off in Spider-Man 2,
Dead.
because apparently no one stays dead in comics, which is apparently what John Watts actually said to him. Um,
I
But,
disagree, but
but that being said, Matt, is there anything in the news that
yeah,
interests you to talk about?
I will talk about the Spider-Man thing last because I have a lot of opinions on that. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu joined the Shazam 2 cast. Great. Two actresses that I really love in a movie sequel that I'm really excited for. What are other things? Yeah, Space Jam 2. I have no problem with Zendaya playing Lola. Not at all. I just look, I don't care. Like, I'm not a LeBron James fan. I was a Michael Jordan fan, so Michael Jordan being in a movie with Looney Tunes was freaking awesome. I don't care about LeBron James, so I don't really care about this movie. Unless they tell me Bill Murray's returning for it, I'm probably not going to watch it.
Da 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 da.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
God, I love that. I love that movie.
I don't know. Was
Larry's
Bill
not
Murray
white. Larry's clear.
Was Bill Murray in any Warner Brothers properties?
Uh,
Because it looks like they probably just put every Warner Brothers property into this
trying to
movie.
think. He probably at some point
Ghostbusters?
was it? No, Ghostbusters was Columbia.
Boo.
He's had such, maybe Garfield. I don't know. Was that Warner Brothers? He's been acted since like the 70s. He's definitely at one point been on Warner Brothers. I mean, maybe Meatballs was Warner Brothers. So his camp counselor character. Regardless, back to the stories. Of which me and Malcolm were talking off air before. Christian Bale shaving his head is like the least thing he's ever done for a role ever. Like, out of all the things he's done for roles, shaving his head, he's probably really happy that that's all he had to do. Okay, let's get on to the Spider-Man thing. Alfred Molina. First, okay, your comment that characters don't actually stay dead. Okay, I'm going to hit you with this. From literally the trilogy movies you're part of, I don't remember Cliff Roberts ever coming back alive. He only came back in third one for a flashback. Well, okay, and also in Spider-Man 2 for a dream sequence, but he was dead. Also, Jarrell, Laurel, everyone from Krypton. So, yeah. Several other characters I can name, but not right now. My big thing, I was talking to my friend Kyle about this on Twitter. I'm not excited for this movie. This movie, and you can hate me, it feels like a response to Into the Spider-Verse. It feels like Into the Spider-Verse came out and everyone loved it, and they're like, let's do that, but with movie people, which is cool. And you know what? I'm not saying this will be a bad movie. I didn't enjoy the previous two, but I'm still going to go into this one. I'm just not hyping myself up for it, is essentially what I'm saying. I'm just not. It could be good. Again, I like Into the Spider-Verse. I think it's the second best Spider-Man movie ever, but I don't know. There's just something that just I should be excited because I really like Alfred Molina, and the possibility of having all three of the Spider-Man actors in a movie together is really cool.
Oh yeah.
And anyone else they've announced, which I just can't remember off the top of my head, that's going to be in this, but I don't know. There's just something that I'm just I'm not as excited as I thought I would be. I don't know.
But yeah, Brian has actually pointed out chat. Space Jam is a Warner Brothers Bill Murray movie, but whether or not they go that meta and put
But he was playing
Michael
himself.
Brian,
in the
that is
movie.
smart.
But,
So is Bill Murray the man a part of Warner Brothers? Is he an entity that they own? And
he's
possess?
a part of whatever he wants to be.
I mean, facts.
I'm
but anyway,
literally just going to be sitting here looking up Bill Murray movies and who owns them.
But anyway, Manning.
Oh,
is anything in the news?
Caddyshack is owned by Warner
we have
Brothers.
our answer, Malcolm.
He's going to come back, so he's got that going for him, which is nice.
But Manning, is there any news that you want to talk about in there?
Yes, there is actually. First off, what I'm assuming, because I know that Christian Bale is playing Gore the God Butcher, which again, it's a fantastic arc, and that was actually one of the first Thor arcs I ever read in comics. And it highly recommended. Pick it up. You can pick it up in trade paperback. What's a comic? Oh well, it's a little paper thing that's a little smaller than a book, but it has pictures. Think of Dr. Seuss, but for adults. Actually, for kids too, for all ages.
That sounded really like Rule 33, the way you described that. You're like Dr. Seuss, but for adults.
Wow.
Cat in the Hat.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
The Cat in the Hat better not strike back. All right, anyway. But for what I was saying, I don't know. It rhymed. It rhymed. He just wants to murder people, I guess. It's a bloody. But anyway, no. Dr. Seuss, don't sue me. He's going to play Gore the God Butcher, which is a very I don't know the exact species that he is, but he's definitely not human. So if I would encourage you all to go look up Gore the God Butcher, just and then just see what comes up on your in the Google image search, because he is a terrifying entity. So I'm really excited to see Christian Bale go into that role. I'm really happy that Jacob Tremblay is getting more roles. Again, his performance is one of my favorite from that year in Room. He does not get enough love, and I'm excited that he's going to be doing more things. I have no idea what the Toxic Avenger is, but I'm down.
You don't know
why
Toxic
not?
Avenger?
I don't know. What is Toxic
Trauma?
Avenger?
It's one of the trauma films from, I think, 70s. It's about this nerdy kid who gets doused with toxic chemicals and becomes Toxie, and he goes back and he beats up all the bullies who made fun of him.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
It's a really
now I do.
low budget movie, but it's if you've ever seen any trauma movies, it's incredible.
I don't think I have, so I'll put that on my list. Yeah, I love Space Jam. I love the first one. I'm a big Looney Tunes fan, so anytime the Looney Tunes are there, and I'm just kind of loving the fact that we have classic animation, and LeBron James is going to be a classic Looney Tunes character, even if it's for 20 minutes. I'm down. I'm excited. Let's see it. I love Space Jam. I love Looney Tunes back in action. Sign me up for all of it. And that's all I got.
But yeah, for me, there really isn't much there that no one has actually already talked about. I really do love the idea of Zendaya voicing Lola. Well, I do wish there's probably a reason they didn't go off the person who voiced her in the original.
Who was that again?
I'll look it up.
Oh, it wasn't someone of note. I know that much.
Oh wow!
Watch it be like Helen Mirren. Something. It's Glenn
Helen
Close.
Mirren. What's wrong with your voice? You sound.
Let's see.
Wow.
Kathy Sochi played Lola Bunny. I assume she's just a voice actress, but
yeah. But yeah, it's. But also Hugh Jackman and Laura Dern teaming up for a movie is just great. I mean, in just reading up the synopsis from The Sun, it sounds interesting because basically what it's about is Hugh Jackman is playing a father with a busy life with his new partner. Then his ex-wife turns up their teenage son who's troubled and all that, and it's about Hugh Jackman's character wanting to help his son and be a better father and all that. It's another one that is really relevant to this year, because I don't know if I know Manning's probably seen it, but The Father is just such a great movie, and just another one that really helps tell the story shows what it's like to sort of live with dementia and all that. It's just so amazing, and glad it got love at the Oscars.
So I have looked this up. Kathy Sochi, she's not a nobody. She played not just Lil Blank. She played Phil and Lil on Rugrats and
I know.
All Grown Up. She was Wendy in Return to Neverland. She was Janine on The Real Ghostbusters. She was the 3 blonde chicks in Beauty and the Beast.
All 3? Wow.
All 3 of them. Well, I mean they had.
Are you forgetting Captain Planet? She was Link in Captain Planet.
She was Dexter's mom on Dexter's Laboratory. She is not a nobody, and she was a bunch of different characters on Gargoyles. as well as other things. Yeah, so she is not a nobody, Malcolm.
Well, I mean,
How rude. How rude.
but
How rude.
with that being said, that is all the news that we have.
My roommate's very upset you didn't let him read it. Just letting you know.
I mean, fine.
He said
He's like,
fine.
okay, fine.
I mean,
I can't control what he does now.
I mean, he never wants to come on anyway. I've invited him on so many times. He's been ignoring my messages. So,
Oh no,
God, asshole. Fine. God. All right.
he's gone.
All right. Look, hey guys, it's Vinny. You can follow me on Twitter at Vinny Stallone 76. Okay, listen here, Mr. Whatever Lord of the Rings director guy. You never reached out to me at Vinny Stallone 76 on Twitter. That's where you can reach me. Also, by the way, you left out one of the most important stories of 2021, one of the saddest things that has happened this year, okay? Which is the fact that Sylvester Stallone confirmed he ain't going to be in Creed 3. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? I mean, it's the fucking Rocky
true.
movies. Look, Adonis is cool and all, Michael B. Jordan's a badass, but like, Rocky without Rocky, that'd be like, Marley and me without the freaking dog. It'd just be called me and just be Owen Wilson, doing whatever.
Me.
I don't know why it's the first movie that came to my head, but you know what? Don't question me because I'm upset right now, okay? And the fact that you didn't want me on the show, okay? Look, the government denied me a stimulus check because I apparently haven't paid taxes ever. Okay, whatever. I'm just following the Wesley Snipes school of thought, which is you don't have to pay your taxes. Things turned out well for him. He was freaking Blade. But yeah, I'm really upset with you, Malcolm. Your freaking name's Malcolm? I never knew that. I love all this stuff. I now know all your stupid names. You're no longer weird New Zealand guy, and the other dude, you're no longer podcast host of the thing I don't listen to ever. Okay, so guys, remember, by the way, it's Vinny Stallone 76 on Twitter. Okay, good night, everybody. Kermit's drunk in the closet.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, it was.
How'd you
That's what every
get back?
girl has been with said.
But yeah, Starger is wanting to know, have any of us seen the original House Party movies?
Nope.
I was a loser in high school. I didn't go to any house parties, and I also didn't see House Party.
I also haven't. I've heard it referenced so many times.
Who's in it?
I'm about to find out.
I've never heard of this movie before, so I'm legit.
It is a musical comedy film from Reginald Hudlin.
I thought you could say Reginald Vell Johnson. I was like, okay.
It stars Kid and Play of the popular hip hop duo Kid and Play. Interesting.
Wow, Kid and Play. I love them.
Film has become a cult classic. It is, in fact, a cult classic. I'm not going to go through the entire plot because it's the Wikipedia page, and they don't have a quick.
Starger says Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence is in it.
Okay.
Tisha Campbell from My Wife and Kids.
He is.
John Witherspoon.
Okay, so people I like. I've just never. I guess because it's such a cult movie.
But one thing I actually didn't know is that apparently the lead roles was written for Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. So.
Wow, that's hilarious. That Martin Lawrence, and then years later, they are bad boys.
Yeah.
For life.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that movie, but you know.
But yeah, I know one of my people I talk to a lot, Amaru, is a really big fan of House Party.
I need to see this now.
Oh, I'm trying to track it down for ever since I first heard about it. But with that being said, it does mean we get to move on to our main topic really quickly, which is going forward. I'm actually going to dedicate a small segment to the show, to an episode of a series like Falcon and Winter Soldier is still on. Next week is the finale, so. But I haven't decided what ones I'll do. What one I'll do next to dedicate time to, whether it's the Bad Batch or talk about Mighty Ducks. If I decide to ever watch it,
Oh, come on, Mike Bucks is great.
The first movie is fine. But that being said,
Fight. No.
Gladly will. I'll get my hockey stick and bust it over his head.
talking about fighting, let's talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
When we get to episode 5, me
Nice.
and Malcolm will exchange some words. Mr. Philla, I read your letterbox review. Though, like, one time you
haven't.
decide to actually write a review, you normally just start it, and I never know your reasonings until I ask you.
Well, let's hear the men out. Go ahead. I can't wait.
But anyway, we'll get to that. But Matt, what have been your thoughts on Falcon and Soldier?
Well, obviously, as a white man, I want to say that John Walker is just being totally disrespected. He's so incredible. He's probably the greatest written character in all of fiction, I would say. Probably, and look, he's just standing up for American values. No, people
I was about to say, you're doing the voice, so I know you're good.
Clip that, and I'm gonna be canceled.
That's why you do
Who
a
was gonna
funny
happen?
voice with it.
Yeah,
It
that's why you
helps.
do a funny voice, John Flickinger.
Hi,
You gotta let people know. You
John
fucking-
Walker.
I said it on Twitter the other day. I'll repeat it here. Falcon Winter Soldier is my favorite Disney Plus series. Mandalorian's really solid, and I like it, but Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's something that just in these 5 episodes, just the way it's taken the two characters, and I love how, like, kind of at first there was kind of like their storylines seemed like they were going to maybe converge, and then converge. The action's been incredible, but just really that story. Like, I love how, like, we're learning things. Like, I love that Bucky is trying so hard. We're talking spoilers, right? I need to know that before I give my thoughts.
Right.
Are we talking spoilers?
Yeah,
or...
we can talk spoilers.
Okay, just so I can give my full thoughts. Bucky, like, trying to, like, deal with this trauma of being the Winter Soldier is incredible, and, like, trying to right the wrongs of the past. Which, again, in the last episode, like, I love that him and when Falcon get into that conversation to where they're just like, he's like, are you doing this just because you think if you, like, stop all these bad people that, like, it's gonna go away? Like, no, you have to actually, like, help people. And obviously we know from the first episode that the old man that he has befriended, and is doing this because he killed his son as Winter Soldier, and he hasn't told them, which is definitely going to be a scene in the finale. For sure. I think Sebastian Stan, this is some of his best work in all of the MCU stuff. I think from, like, the moment in the pilot when he stops those, like, people, he just goes, I'm no longer Winter Soldier. My name is James Buchanan Barnes. I'm doing this. And then there's the smile at the end. He's like, it's great. I think Anthony Mackie's just been killing it, particularly in the last episode, like, physically, although we also have that stunt double on the flip, Marvel. No face changing on that. But him and his story, particularly with Isaiah, I thought that conversation was incredible and a weird. Well, I guess, are we going to get into each episode, or are we just? I don't know.
I mean, if you want to get into each episode, I don't really remember each episode.
Okay, so I'm just going to continue. We didn't really have a conversation about how we're going to talk about the show, people. So I'm just going to continue. Like, the fact that Isaiah talks about that he kind of broke the rules, and you compare that to in First Avenger, Steve Rogers goes AWOL to save his men, and they all celebrate him, and he becomes this, like, hero. Like, it's just fantastic conversations. Zemo is great, who I always liked in Civil War, but I mean, come on, he's great.
He has more to do.
The Wakandans are awesome, and honestly, like, John Walker, like, there's something about seeing the character in the like his old, like, high school football locker room to where we see him in episode 5. Like, it, I don't know. There's something I like seeing characters who start at what seems like such a high plateau. Events can just like turn them. Like being Captain America just went to his head almost immediately, and you can tell that because literally any chance he gets, he says he like calls himself Captain America more times than literally Steve Rogers in like 10 years of the MCU referred to himself.
Did he ever do it? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't think he did. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if he ever once. He might have. But yeah, well, because me and Janine on Twitter today, she made I forget her tweet, but I replied and I was like, I mean, this scene says it all, and shared the gif from Infinity War to where Groot's like, I'm Groot. He goes, I'm Steve Rogers. Like he's not like I'm Captain America. Yeah, no, because he's like, I'm a kid from Brooklyn. I'm Steve Rogers. Yeah, I'm not sure if he does. Again, 10 years worth of movies, but yeah, this show is just fantastic. I can't wait for the finale. I really hope there's a season 2 of this because I would love to see. I would love to see where these characters go.
Manning, what have been your thoughts on the first 5 episodes?
I was unsure. Like the first episode, I wasn't as gripped as I wanted to be, but as we've gone along, I actually have really enjoyed the grounded nature. Of course, it's fanciful. It's a Marvel. It's a Marvel superhero feature at its core, but I enjoy and appreciate the guts they have and the themes. This is what I'm really enjoying about the Marvel Plus series in comparison to the movies necessarily, because we have an ability to kind of expand upon these characters and expand upon stories that you can't really tell in 2 hours or 2 hours and change and what have you. This does an excellent job in going deeper into their characterizations. I personally, I mean, without seeing the finale, I can already tell you that I'm going to like WandaVision more because that's kind of something I enjoyed the difference of that. But that doesn't take away the fact that I still loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier so far. They could completely crap the bed at the last episode. I highly doubt they will, but I have enjoyed what they've done so far. I've been excited to see it every single Friday morning when I get a chance to watch it. But I think overall, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a great, almost like a adjacent to like Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and a little bit of Captain America Civil War in it. Has that same feel while being distinctly different. Plus, it gives us a way to explore the world more, including characters like Zemo, who, while I really loved Zemo in Civil War and was one of the better MCU villains, he has so much. Come on. Remember when they did that entire Marvel released that entire, come on, that's a great gif. Him just dancing. Everybody. It's so great. It's a fantastic
I'm
sequence.
surprised that there wasn't, because there's like the whole account where it's Ted Lasso dancing to different theme songs. How did that not become an account of Zemo dancing to different songs?
Well,
I'm not sure.
I mean, you could always start that trend now. But I mean, it was that dancing scene. It was so funny. The Marvel YouTube channel themselves did the whole 1 hour cut.
Well, because he said in an interview with, I think it was Ash Cross, and he said that was just like he just did that. Like, it wasn't told to. They were just doing a bunch of stuff, and he kind of he just did it on the spot, and they shot it and put it in.
And I want to also add, first off, I see Madi. I see your comment right there about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It is meh. I can absolutely understand where you're coming from. I understand because
move the world.
I wasn't pulled in until I got later into it, and it's not going to be for everyone in the sense of like, oh, this is something that is just completely gripping, because it does have familiarities and it doesn't have the same kick as I had with WandaVision personally, which is WandaVision is one of my favorite things from the MCU, and we have in general. Winter Soldier, this is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as I've played to myself in my mind, because I'm crazy like that. I think that the Winter Soldier is a really, really solid, but has some great highs. It has some fantastic highs, and I really love it, especially as it goes on. I love the questions that it poses, the dynamics that it has with people like John Walker, with people like Sam Wilson, with people like Carly. I forgot her last name all of a sudden now.
Morgan
But
Ball.
thank you. I love the dynamics that
Aaron
have been
Carter, too.
created.
He's good.
Yeah, that have been created from them. Like the image will stick with me is when, and spoilers, right, Malcolm? Just making sure.
Yeah.
That smashing of the person, the shock I felt in my soul seeing the bloody shield, because I think it means something different. Because you had mentioned, Matt,
Yeah.
when in the first Avenger, he goes around, saving his compatriots in World War II. There is difference to this one because this is an execution. This is not a guy saying, "Hey, I give up. I give up." This is an execution. This is not in the heat of battle. Literally, he's executing him repeatedly in public. And I think the symbol of what it stands for, there was a great thing going around where it's like Steve Rogers is what America strives to be. John Walker is what America actually is, where it's someone who has this Star-Spangled Man going on, but he is an incredibly flawed person.
It all goes back to what the Doctor says in First Avenger, to where he's talking about the serum, which is because at that moment John Walker has taken the serum. It's like, bad, good becomes great, bad becomes worse, and like Steve Rogers that's why he chose him, because he
Stanley
was
Tucci.
the most good-natured person. I mean, I'm not sure if it was in the first or the second episode when Bucky, they're with them and he's like, "Have you ever jumped on a grenade?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's one of the moves I do with the shield." And he's not talking about it. He's talking about when Steve Rogers, literally those skinny Steve Rogers, jumped on the grenade. Like, and that's the difference between these guys. And that moment, it's not even that, it's the blood coming off the shield. Like, that's
but yeah, like for me, I kind of share Medee's thoughts. Like, I think the series itself is fine. Like, I mean, do I think it's horrendously bad? No, it's definitely not that. I just feel like they tried to cram too much into 6 episodes. I don't know if it was because that they had more that they wanted to film, but because of the pandemic and all that, there's really limiting to what they could film. Because there was a lot of rumors that we're going to be seeing Florence Pugh's not Black Widow, Yelena, whatever her last name is, in the series. So maybe she comes up in the finale. I do not know, but it's just one of those ones like I wasn't as invested in this as WandaVision was. Like with WandaVision, there's all these speculations and that came out of it. There really wasn't much speculation to be had in this. Like, it was all pretty cut and dry. And
I mean, I guess as the one person who really loves this show, I'll say, first thing I'll say, something I think important to that is the Cap trilogy is probably my favorite MCU thing they've ever done. So this is literally a continuation of that. I think that's important to why I like the show. I'll agree with you, Malcolm, that there's not too much speculation, but I also, that was built into WandaVision, whereas there wasn't really a lot to be built in with speculation. I think this show is more about, like, we do know the story. It's more trying to do it like with the villains. Like, there is that whole conversation about, like, I kind of like, you have a good notion, you have these people behind you, but like, you blew up a building and you're killing innocents. Like, this is bad. Like, that whole conversation that Sam has with her, which is a great scene. And I love the fact that this show remembered the fact that in Winter Soldier, when we meet Sam Wilson, he's literally, his job is he's helping veterans with PTSD. That's his job. Until the end of the movie when Steve comes and recruits him. His job is so, like, that. I just love that. Yeah, I mean, WandaVision is really good, and we me and Manny and Abe did our breakdown of it. I really loved WandaVision. I haven't gone back and rewatched WandaVision, so I don't know how WandaVision would play on me now that all the secrets are revealed. Whereas I feel like Falcon Winter Soldier, because it's not really relying on that, I feel like a second watch is going to be stronger for me than maybe a WandaVision. I don't know. They're both really good, but I just prefer Falcon Winter Soldier.
No, and I think that speaks to the sense. I think what I'm hoping, especially after we get Loki or in the What If series, is that each of these they feel distinct, and I appreciate that they feel very very distinct while being a part of the Marvel universe. And I'm hoping that everyone gets a little bit of like, hey, I love this one a lot. Oh, I love that one a lot, and we all will have like that series we will gravitate toward. Also, fun fact: does anyone know what the heck Total Drama is?
That was a Cartoon Network show.
Total
I never
Drama
watched
Island.
it though.
Total Drama Island, Total Drama Action, all that stuff. Apparently, the guy who played Lamar is the voice of Chef. Fun fact: I knew he sounded familiar.
Hello,
Voice of
children.
Chef. Yeah, my favorite characters on that show I watched as a kid. So, fun fact: don't know if anyone cares. There you go.
I have to say, Madi, I agree with you. I feel like this show would have worked really well. Like Cobra Kai, season 3, I watched on New Year's Day, all in one sitting. I feel like this show would have worked. It would have been better if they just released it and allowed people to just stream it all in one day or parcel it out however they want. But Disney Plus feels like, which, I mean, fine, fair enough, I guess. There's benefits to both.
There is benefits to both, and
I feel like with streaming, I feel like I feel like WandaVision, Mandalorian are shows that you should parcel out week to week so that you can speculate on things. But I feel like Cobra Kai and like Falcon Winter Soldier, they should be all one day releases, especially if they're essentially just a big movie chopped into episodes.
Oh, I mean, it's one of those ones was like for me, it's I like the weekly releases, like, because you don't start watching it then realize, oh shit, I've got to get to work, I can't leave the show, but I gotta get to work.
Well, but, just because you're bad with your own time management, Malcolm.
But with that being said, like I've said this before on a Facebook post, like with the last episode, I was underwhelmed with just because it felt like it was just a lot of setup and not much.
That's
really
not
happened.
What he said on the Facebook thing and what he says on his letterbox is he called that episode filler. He said the episode was filler.
I mean,
which it wasn't.
My understanding of filler is that nothing much happens.
But a lot happened.
Now I will say that, Malcolm, and I will say this actually might have been my favorite episode, merely because it felt like, as you said, filler. I enjoyed it immensely because we had that time to sit and to breathe with these characters. Yeah, some scenes I could have lived without, but especially the moments between the characters, that's when I felt like things were starting to unravel. I think I enjoyed the one prior actually 4 the better, but like 5 is still one that I really, really enjoy. So that's interesting that you said that.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I guess it depends on your I guess my understanding of filler is like bottle episodes, to where like literally if you were to skip the episode, you'd be fine. But I don't think I would count this episode in that.
Well, the thing is, you can't always skip bottle episodes. Filler and bottle episodes are different.
Okay, I didn't mean bottle episode on TV terms. What I meant was just like a nothing. Okay, so like take Star Trek. There are episodes of Next Generation, which is more episodic. There are episodes that you could skip and you'd be fine. Like you could just like, if you never saw certain episodes, you'd be fine. And then there are other ones that have very important moments for Picard or Riker or Beverly Crusher that you need to see to understand later episodes.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those ones because, like, I mean, I did like Julia Louis-Dreyfus randomly popping up.
Well, I heard she's in Black Widow, and so she was
Is she?
supposed to be.
I mean,
I read she
I mean,
was.
if she, what I was going to say is, I don't think.
First appearance. At least that's what I saw in the article I read. That Black Widow was supposed to come out obviously before the show, and that was supposed to be her intro.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know because it's weird because if she was supposed to Black Widow, that article kind of spoiled Black Widow because I don't think she's officially on the cast list. So
she's not, but it might be a cameo, maybe a walk.
It could be an uncredited.
Well, that's the thing. If she was supposed to make her and be introduced in Black Widow, then it's definitely one of those weird ones in which the article unknowingly spoiled Black Widow if she's going to pop up as a surprising major role in that movie.
Which it doesn't. I mean, it's like Harrison Ford in Rise of Skywalker. No one knew he was there, and he has a very important scene, but he's not a major role.
Well, yeah, but well, that's the thing. Until we see Black Widow, which comes out May, I think they're sitting on.
I think
I can't. I mean, I can't remember if it was.
I don't remember what they said.
I know it's going to be dual Disney Plus in theaters now, so that I know that much.
Yeah, they finally gave up on just being theaters.
Okay, so I am currently right now looking at the article.
I read the article like the other day. It's been a long weekend,
so
I don't remember all said details.
But there was basically the gist of it at the moment. This is from Vanity Fair, just so everyone is aware. But blah blah blah. So skip. Wow, thanks for loading everything in right. Why does it do that? But anyway. When some asked what Louis Dreyfus would do next, Hale said Selena was so atrocious, but then you loved her at the same time, and I think that makes a really good Disney villain. It was Mandel specifically suggested she might play a Marvel villain. Blah 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 blah. No, hold on, that's not it. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Malcolm, you have shit opinions on the Mighty Ducks. I don't know.
That's not what I meant. Okay, found it. I found it. There have been a lot of conjectures that Marvel may be slowly rolling out its own version of a comic book supervillain team, the Thunderbolts. Given that Julia Louis-Dreyfus rolled up in this episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier like an evil Nick Fury, handing out business cards and advising John Walker to come when she calls, might we see Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine assemble the Thunderbolts? Might her Black Widow appearance be a post-credits recruitment of Yelena, a la Samuel L. Jackson? So there is speculation that it's going to be a in-credit scene. So thanks for spoiling for that, Vanity Fair. So you're right, that is out of the interwebs now.
Yeah. I just
wasn't me.
I mean, we all know how speculation worked out for WandaVision. A lot of people were disappointed in the finale.
That's true.
Like, yeah, the finale did feel very much like filler, I'd have to say.
But
disagree.
But with that being said, I have no idea where I was going with that.
I'm about to say, where are you going, Malcolm?
But I mean, it's one of those ones. Because this is one of those ones that it's why that when people have been suggesting maybe they can do a season 2 of this. I kind of don't know if I want one. It's going to, for me, it depends on what the finale brings and how it ends up, whether I think it needs a season 2. Because one, if there's a season 2, they have to rename it to Captain America and the Winter Soldier, unless they're going to go with Torres's Falcon and teaming up with Sam as the Buck as Winter Soldier.
Maybe that is.
Okay,
I mean, but it's one of those ones that if they do, can you really call it a season 2? It's all new series.
I mean, it's a continuation of the story. It's kind of like Sweet Life on Deck was a continuation of Zack and Cody, but it wasn't called the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It was called Sweet Life on Deck.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing though. Sweet Life on Deck is, even though it's in the same
What
universe, it's still
Malcolm's
a old
doing
series.
here is he's just trying to pick holes in things that don't need holes to be picked.
Okay, before picking
Nitpicker.
holes, picking noses, whatever, Feige said that there were ideas for what another one in quotes could be if a second season was made, but Marvel intended the series to be led into MCU films first, like they did with WandaVision. So I think they're still debating at this moment. It's going to be a second one.
Season 2 is literally going to be Bucky and Sam running the boat. That's what it's going to be.
I'd watch it.
Become fishers.
I'd watch the bros hang out.
I'm just saying that's what season 2 is going to be. They use the shield to hit the fish, so they're knocked down and they're easier to pick up, and that's season 2. Spoiled it.
But yeah, but I mean, it's definitely one of those. It definitely is one of those things that it's what my understanding of these Marvel shows. Essentially, a lot of them were just sort of meant to be one-offs, really, and that were to lead into the movies and gives them a little bit of conjecture in. But I mean, well, it's one of those ones because I know I got into a big debate with someone on the
tell me if I'm wrong, but hasn't there only been one complete Marvel Disney Plus series? There's just one.
Soon to be 2 in a week, but
yeah, but as of right now, it's kind of difficult to figure out an average with only one.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one of the. What I was meaning is when they first announced the shows, the way they were talking about them was that they were meant to be one-offs. So whether it's one of those ones, I think it's going to come down to if they think they can think of a good story to come up with it, and think it needs to have a second season.
I agree. If there is a story to be told, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier, however, again, without seeing the finale, which this is, kind of difficult to do, but like based on just the 5 episodes, it doesn't paint itself into the corner that WandaVision literally can't have a season 2. Really.
No, it
just
cannot.
with the way season 1 ends. Whereas Falcon and Winter Soldier, if let's say in a weird world, episode 5 was the finale, yeah, there's definitely you could tell more stories with Sam and Bucky, and with that army guy that is probably going to be Falcon.
Do y'all think that this is the last we've seen of John Walker? Do you think he's going to make an appearance, or are they going to set him up for something in the future?
I think he's going to make an appearance in the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's another post-credit scene, which, by the way, freaking Marvel, first 4 episodes, no post-credit scenes. So episode 5, I went, it was an hour. I wanted to watch the Mighty Ducks, and then I wanted to watch Some of All Fear. So I was like, okay, credits, I'm not going to. And then I go on Twitter, and it's the only one that had a post-credit scene. Yeah.
I know, right? Come on, let us know. Either have them all or nothing.
I don't know, because you talk about, again, this is where my understanding of Marvel Comics is not really there. Like, you talk about the Thunderbolts. Now that has me thinking maybe that post-credit scene is to set up for that. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm curious where they go from here.
Because
as the characters,
because he already got his ass kicked by Bucky and Sam, and that was when he had the actual shield, and not which honestly that felt like a scene to where a kid was like, I want to be Captain America for Halloween, and the mom was like, oh, that Halloween shield is like $70. Your dad will go into the garage and make you one.
But yeah, I don't think this is the last we've seen of John Walker because I think what we saw in the post-credit scene was him making his own version of the US agent shield that he is known for in the comics. But it's definitely going to probably look more like Captain America's shield than now. But as Brian has said in the chat, apparently there's a rumor going around that we will see Chris Evans in the finale.
Since even before the show came out, there was.
I mean,
There's
it's
people
one of
saying
those
he's gonna
ones
be in it.
that didn't he die? Like, wasn't it the funeral for him earlier in this season?
No, there wasn't any funeral. The only thing there was the presentation of the shield at the Smithsonian,
Yes.
but it's never said if it's because you got to remember, as far as people know, Steve Rogers didn't stay in the past. I think that's how it goes. Is like there's only like a select few people who know after he returned the Infinity Stones he stayed behind. I believe like most people don't know that Steve Rogers was still putting around as an old man. I believe that's the story.
Yeah,
That's what I saw as well too.
I mean, honestly, like as much as it would make perfect sense for this, I don't know if we need him.
No.
Especially in this one, I kind of would like it to finish.
However,
to not have Chris Evans overshadow sort of the Falcon and Bucky's story.
I will say there's one thing that if he is in this I would want to see, and maybe that is Steve and Isaiah. I would love to see them
That would be
talk.
really nice.
That would be really interesting. But I agree, as of right now, it's not because he's like, unless it's like time travel, which time travel, and it's young Cap kicking at, but like 103 Cap, like what? Like he's got the super soldier serum, but like, what can he do? Or maybe he can. I don't know. Just him sitting on that park bench gave me that he can't really kick ass anymore. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I'll be in both WandaVision and this. I do think that they are setting up for a Young Avengers series down the line, because like WandaVision introduced both Speed and Wiccan. Whether or not they come back into it later, don't know. But the son of Isaiah becomes Patriot in the comics, and then you had Jeremiah Torres, who becomes Falcon at some stage in the comics as well. And then we're going to be getting Hawkeye in the Kate Bishop Hawkeye in the Hawkeye series. So they're definitely laying the seeds for a Young Avengers story down the line. So I'm kind of hoping we get that now.
Maybe they got to see how if the kids are brought back in Doctor Strange 2, how the Hawkeye series performs. There's a lot of stuff they gotta see before they go ahead and are like, yes, this is what we're doing. Unless
there's gonna be a lot of factors, because we don't know how this ends. We don't know what in the world happens to Bucky and Falcon, because they're not in. They don't have a movie or anything else in this phase, right?
The weird thing about Marvel right now is, and this is no pun intended, but there's not really an endgame. Because if you remember, since 2012,
there was, and now we're gone.
That Thanos was going to be a main player. And the Infinity Stones and all this, we knew that's the Infinity Saga is where it was leading. Now, like, there's not, as of right now, there's not really like Galactus is the big bad that we're building to, and we're building to Secret Wars or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, there is a Secret Wars TV series coming, so
it's so weird to think about. They're going to TV and not making this a larger spectacle. I guess it's not as big as we think.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, no, they announced that they're going to do a TV series of Secret Wars, because I think it's going to be Nick Fury coming back.
But a lot of the main players in Secret Wars are dead.
I mean, this is going to be it's going to be like what they did with Civil War and stuff like that. It's going to be based on who's around, who's alive.
But fair enough. But like Cap and Iron Man were still alive. Cap and Iron Man, particularly Iron Man, at least from what I remember reading the comics, they play kind of pinnacle roles in Secret Wars.
Well,
I mean, it's it's one of those ones that
Is this? Do you think though, if they do Secret Wars the show, will Spider-Man be in it, and is this where he will get the suit? Because that is what happened in Secret Wars.
well,
That's where he got the symbiote.
as
suit
far
from.
as I know, Far From Home, No Way Home is going to be the last time we're going to see Spider-Man.
What? No.
For now, until they
Hmm.
do more
I
talking.
mean,
That's
honestly,
a
it is Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man.
that's
I stand by
so,
that.
so bad.
I know Matt. I know
can't.
Matt doesn't agree.
No,
but
no.
I can't tell. I seem
I
so.
want
He
Tom
seems so
Holland.
broken up about it, Malcolm.
Guys, look at Buzz Lightyear. He's so upset too. He's like, nah, man, nah.
But anyway,
nah, man, nah.
Badger does bring up something interesting because
Fred Flintstone's
one of the
like,
big
nah.
major speculation from Falcon and Winter Soldier, just to get it back on track,
There was
is
exactly
who is this mysterious power broker?
Oh yes.
As Badger said,
Sharon.
he thinks that might be Julia Louise Dreyfus' character, which could be
At this
possible.
point, I would say it's either Sharon Carter or it's Elaine. I'm saying Elaine because I'm not whatever the several words you said that is her name. Yeah, I think it's
I mean,
one of those.
the name she commonly goes by is Madam Hydra.
Okay,
True.
You just said that. Okay, so Madam Hydra. Maybe.
I don't see at this point. Truly, I don't think. I think the power broker is going to be like either the power broker or like some random person we're not going to find out until later because
Wait,
so
did you
far
just
they
say
have
the
a
power
lot.
broker is going to be the power broker.
Well, like just a exactly. Well, do we know who the power broker is? Have we seen them as just an entity?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think everyone's just sort of assuming at this point, even in the show. I think they, even though they do go he a lot when they refer to the power broker, it could be just as easily be a mystery.
Speaking about Solo, because it's the same actress. Remember Infus Nest? And they were talking about him, and then at the end, it's a girl.
That's just like power broker could be an entity that we've never seen before, and just this person that maybe has a mask, and people assume it is a he, or it could actually just be a he. And
I think power broker is Reed Richards. I think power.
From the evil version.
Look, get it right. Get it right. The power broker is Mephisto. Mephisto is the power broker.
Can it be Bruce Campbell like he was supposed to be?
I love Bruce Campbell as Mephisto. That'd be amazing.
I think Bruce Campbell was supposed to be Mysterio.
I'm thinking all these stupid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's it. Yeah, it was Mysterio because that was the thing was that all three of his characters were all just Mysterio. Which, by the way, can we just talk about Bruce Campbell? He's one of the best parts of Spider-Man 3, and I'm just gonna say his line, then we get back on track. When he's talking to Peter about the ring and all this stuff, and he's like, "Oh yes, we put in the champagne. I am French." Like just randomly, I am French.
Man, I love Bruce Campbell in this.
But yeah, I mean,
Bruce Campbell in the MCU. Bruce Campbell in the MCU. Who's he play? Anyone.
He wants to.
Bruce Campbell. Son of a bitch. Stole my line. What movie is it from? Son of a bitch stole my line. Come on.
Oh, I've heard that.
Good Will Hunting. At the end, when he reads the letter and he says, "Tell them I had to go and see about a girl," and he goes, "Son of a bitch stole my line."
Great scene. Great scene. Well, may I say one thing, Malcolm?
Yeah.
So what I'm looking right now, with what we have going on in Phase 4, this is all the things we have in Phase 4. Again, there's no Avengers movies, no big crossover things. I think we're going to have a better understanding of what this is going to be when we get to the Eternals and Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. I think those two will give us a better direction where the MCU Phase 4 will be headed. It's not going to be Mephisto. I don't think we're going to get Mephisto in this one. Maybe not. It's going to be probably more cosmic. Think of like Kang the Conqueror or some multiverse hopping individual. Like we have Thor: Love and Thunder. We have Spider-Man: No Way. Sorry, well, this is in order. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then Fantastic Four is still TBD. So
my god, I'm like half excited and also don't fuck it up.
Oh, I feel that. But then again, let's look at also what will be transpiring too for Phase 4, the television series. WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Moon Knight. Amazing. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, that's
She-Hulk,
right. Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, and an untitled Wakanda series, which is currently in development. So
wow,
we
they're
are
really
yes.
they're like all in on Disney Plus. I guess movies are shutting down.
Money,
Kevin Feige was
money,
like, "Thank God
money."
this entire phase is on Disney Plus."
Yeah. I mean, it's for that reason. It's why I don't think we're getting another season of these shows, at least for any time soon.
I feel that
because
Fair enough.
especially with so many moving parts of a lot of those shows.
Hey,
I mean,
there's
it's
only
one of
one
those
season
ones.
of The Flash 1990, and that's my favorite comic book show of all time. So I'm totally good if this is one season.
I mean, you preferred it better than Batman the Animated Series. You won that debate.
That is true.
got you there.
But yeah,
I hashtagged it already, guys. You can go on my Twitter.
You already did it. I love it.
Hashtag it.
but I mean, it's one of those ones that I do not know what the finale of Falcon and Soldier is, but it's probably going to be good, hopefully. But I mean, yeah, it's one of those ones. But that does bring us to the end, unless anyone else has anything else they want to say about Falcon and Winter Soldier.
We didn't talk about the Loki trailer in the news.
I mean, if you want to talk about the Loki trailer,
I could talk about how I'm disinterested in watching that show from the trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am thrilled.
Never understood. Like, I thought Loki was fine in Avengers. I never got the love for that character. Like, he's fine. Owen Wilson, look, Owen Wilson, I was like, wow, Owen Wilson's in this? Wow. Actually, funny, before I watched the trailer, I saw, like, someone had, like, probably, like, Fathom or something, which I have issues with Fathom. I'm going to call you out near the end of the show for things you tweeted yesterday. But they, like, clipped out, like, screenshots, and, like, I guess the lighting or whatever, just with, like, the hair, I thought it was Howard Stark. He looked kind of like how Howard Stark, like, looked with the hair and everything. Just for I probably would never be able to find this shot in the trailer. I'm not really. I feel like this is going to be like how I watched the first 2 episodes of Mandalorian, gave up in season 1, and then the season played out, and everyone said it was great and all this. I feel like I'll probably be waiting for I'll probably be waiting until the season ends, and then I'll maybe watch it. But because, guys, just so you know, you can pick and choose these things. You don't have to watch them all.
No, we have to watch them all, Matt. We must.
Yeah, no, you don't have to watch them all. It's why I'm not watching Mighty Ducks.
Ooh, ouchie.
But with that being said, Matt's
Quack,
views on
quack, quack, quack,
Matt's views on Loki.
Quack, 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 quack.
He's like a robot. You can't stop him.
But Matt's views on Loki do not represent the rest of Take 3. I know somebody out there Kelsey's probably said that Matt was bad by mouthing Loki.
How did I badmouth him? I said he was good. I just never understood how he became like freaking like I walked out of Avengers and I was like, he was a really solid villain. I thought he was pretty funny. And then it was just like, he's the greatest thing ever.
See, I think Loki shined.
He is the greatest thing ever.
He is? Oh, well, I'm wrong then. But what I was saying is, like, I think he shined the best in the first Thor when he became a complex, when he was a complex villain. He had more to do than just being the main mustache twirling. But Tom Hiddleston, I believe, truly, people love his
seemed like a whiny
performance.
bitch in that movie.
Oh, Thor 1 is amazing. Don't say.
No, I like the movie. I just thought Loki was a whiny bitch in that movie.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me that Tell Me How when he and Anthony Hopkins are against each other. Like, it's like two Shakespearean assholes.
Look, man, there's a lot of movies and TV shows that have characters that make whiny bitches that I like. It's, it's not that he was bad.
I do not consider him as such, but I understand what you're saying. But as I was saying,
paying himself off.
I mean, it's hot in New Zealand.
It's so hot.
But what I was saying is, like, I think Loki. I'm excited for Loki because less about the character and more about just the setting. The premise is what excites me, not the character of Loki. I think Loki's a really cool character. He's not my favorite character. Tom Hiddleston embodies him, and I appreciate what he does, but I'm excited because this just seems bonkers, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm low-key excited for Loki.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Oh my god. No, don't clap that. Don't encourage him to do more.
It was clever.
Oh my god,
it was low-hanging fruit, but you took it.
I mean, it's not like you haven't made bad puns like that yourself, Matt. But
yeah, but Malcolm, you're supposed to be better than me.
You're supposed to be better than me.
In the tenure of our friendship and working with me on day 3, you're supposed to strive to be better than me.
I don't know. Remember the rules that I'm supposed to be. But anyway.
I don't know. Where are the rules written down to where every time on the summit we had to shit on Matt? And yet that happened every episode. Nah.
But you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh, yeah. Hey, announcement.
But
new logo. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. Cancel Malcolm.
Oh, let's see it. Just cancel all of us. Just do it. Just take 3 is the last. This is like the first one back and the last one. Bye, guys.
So we're talking about all these shows.
Anyway,
what we need back on TV or streaming, we need JCVD, John Claude Van Johnson. Let's get it back on Amazon, guys. Let's do it. That's why I wear this shirt.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson?
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
What is it?
I've
never heard of it.
It was a show on Amazon Prime, and the premise was that Jean-Claude Van Damme was an actor. He was a spy who went undercover as Jean-Claude Van Damme, the actor. His real name is Jean-Claude Van Johnson, and he's re-enlisted to be a spy again, and he has to go onto the set of a movie while also trying to take down terrorists. It is hilarious. It has one of my favorite jokes, which is he's on the set of the movie and has a fight scene, and like the director's like, cut, and he's like, look, I know in the 80s you would do these stupid things where like all the guys would try to fight you at once, but nowadays in movies we gotta have like 100 guys coming at you. And then later on he forgets his script in the place that he was spying, so he has to go back for it, and all of his security guards like find him and they're about to all run at him, and then the like head security guard stops, and he's like it's like wait guys, we gotta find them one at a time or else we'll get confused. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's such a good show. I encourage everyone to go on Amazon Prime if you haven't watched Jean-Claude Van Johnson. Please.
I love how Ridley Scott is the executive producer of this show.
Nice. What? Yeah, it's like Ridley Scott's really been doing a lot.
I mean, he is still one of my favorite directors of all time. So I will.
George Lucas is one of my favorite directors, and he directed like 5 films.
But anyway, come to the end. But before we go off, we're going to play a game because why not?
Ooh,
why not?
you're
Talk
gonna
about
play.
a fun game we could play. I just saw this picture posted. It's just a bunch of movies in 2 columns, and you gotta pick which one for your movie time. I can read it off if you want, but we can play your game.
What's
I mean, but the game we're going to play is just simply shenanigans.
How does that work?
I will say a movie.
Oh.
You guys say something that's in.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So
Yep.
it's like
I forgot it was called
67
Shenanigans.
Bacon, except instead of actor and movie, it's actor, movie, actor, movie. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the shenanigans part? Isn't there like you could be like shenanigans? Is that like they were never in
It's a
that movie
game
or
that
something?
Brooklyn came up. I think the shenanigans is is I say movie 43 and
I say Hugh Jackman.
and you say shenanigans and see if I can name anyone from movie 43 and
Interesting.
okay.
so if you think
Ooh.
I've thrown out a movie that has no name actors,
And that's
then
right.
you've
And if the
challenged me to
person
try
can get it, then
Ooh.
you're out instead of the okay. It's like Uno
Yeah.
reverse. I get it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But that I'm gonna go start. This is probably gonna be
Wait,
quick,
what's
so
the
I'll do it.
order?
But it's gonna go me, Matt, then Manning.
Okay.
All right. The M and M and M.
Yeah. And I'm gonna start with a relatively easy one. Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Sebastian Stan.
And so just to clarify, I now have to do a movie, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I Tanya.
Paul Walter Hauser.
This can only be movies, right?
Yes.
You
Can't
should not
be
say the
I
movie
cannot
trivia
say-
showdown.
No, I was gonna say Cobra Kai. Paul Walter Hauser. What was the name of that movie he was in? I know everything about the movie except for the fucking name of it. Shenanigans.
But can you do that for a person?
I mean,
Why
I don't
not?
see any reason why not. I can't name another one.
No.
You're out. It's the Clint Eastwood movie where he plays the security guard who finds the bomb.
Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell. Okay, I knew the director. I knew he was there. I knew Kathy Bates plays his mother.
I'm
Knew
glad you
everything about the
didn't
movie except for the title.
I'm glad you didn't say all that before you said shenanigans.
No,
which
100%.
means Matt, you get to start fresh.
Okay.
Oh, he was in Super Troopers 2 and Black Klansman.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
forgot he was in Black Panther.
All right. I'll go with a recent movie I saw for the first time, but is definitely on the way to being one of my favorites. The Hunt for Red October.
Ah, of course. Sean Connery.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Crap. Jeremy Irons?
No.
He's not in that?
He's
Okay.
not in that movie.
I have no idea who's in that movie. I have never seen it. So, Matt, you
Okay,
win.
I'll
Shenanigans.
change the movie because we literally just what?
Wait, Shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, that's
Take
right. I'm
the
thinking
win,
of
Matt.
Vacant. Shenanigans. Okay.
Can you name anyone else in the League Extraordinary Gentlemen?
I'm literally. Give me a second here, and I might be
Without
able to kill
cheating.
someone. No, I'm not. I don't have the fucking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie poster on my wall. I'm literally just.
If you did.
Think where you guys are staring at me. Okay, there's Sean Connery. Who is someone else? I know, like all the characters are in that movie, and
Well, this is a practice round, right, Malcolm?
All right, so I'm out. Fuck, I love that movie. Like I know it's Captain Nemo, it's Tom Sawyer. It's like I just can't.
Yeah.
Any of the fucking
So
It's
the other
literally
actors,
just Sean Connery.
the other actors in this movie is Nasser Shah as Captain Nemo, Peter Wilson, Tony Curran, Stuart Townsend, Shane West, Jason Fleming, Richard Roxburgh, Max Ryan, Tom Goodman Hall, David Hemmings, and Terry O'Neill. All those
Richard
well-known.
Roxburgh. I should have remembered him because he always
Nope.
he was the asshole in Moulin Rouge. He's the asshole in Extraordinary
Oh.
Gentleman. All right.
Never have gotten
Let's
that.
play again. This is a fun game. This
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
let's do yeah. I think it was
this
a
is
practice
like the
round.
series of Kevin Bacon, except you could get fucked if you try to pick something hard.
But we'll do another round of this.
Let's do it.
But Manning, because you won, you can go first.
Oh, well, I don't feel like I truly won, but I appreciate that. So we're going to do, because I just talked about Ridley Scott, we're going to do, start with a movie, correct?
You can start with either or.
Let's have fun. Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Chadwick Boseman.
42.
He's in? Oh yeah, I forgot. Wow.
She plays
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson.
Oh. Yeah, I was about to say. Chadwick
I mean, it
Boseman?
might have
No.
been he was wondering about him being in Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure he's in it?
Chadwick
Yeah.
I don't remember
Boseman.
him.
He
Oh,
played
you're still
Fox.
talking about Exodus. I'm thinking about the one.
Sorry, no, I'm over here like,
Oh, okay.
check that. Check that. I don't remember.
Anyway,
Yes, fact check that later.
we're
All right.
on 42 Manning, so
Yes, movie 42. Wait, what?
No, the movie 42. Just 42.
name someone else in 42.
Oh yeah. Okay. Harrison Ford.
That's to you, man. I'm looking up this Exodus,
Plenty.
Gods and Kings to
Witness.
see. Kelly McGinnis. Does not look like Chadwick Boseman was in Exodus, Gods and Kings. I see Christian
There
Bale.
you
I see Joel Edgerton, Sigourney Weaver, Ben Kingsley, John Turturro, Ben
Hey,
Mendelsohn.
no one tells me on that earlier.
It's okay. All right. So, what was your movie?
He
What
had
was the
said
movie?
Witness, and then I said Kelly McGinnis.
Kelly McGinnis.
There's like
Who's
one
Kelly
big one.
McGinnis? Oh my lord, I'm blanking on who
If
Kelly
it's what I
McGinnis
think it
is.
I know a movie she's in.
Shenanigans.
Top Gun.
I've never seen Top
Plays
Gun.
Charlie, and you've never seen Top Gun?
I've never seen
You've
Top
been
Gun. I've had
friends with
zero
me for
desire.
How?
I have no desire to see Top Gun. I'm sorry.
You should stop watching movies once they hit color and sound, and you can see some really good products. Okay, Manning.
I'll stop watching Mildred Pierce. You're right. I fold.
That's the one I was thinking. Oh,
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Exodus,
I remember
Gods and
him.
Kings, a little bit different story. So
Like,
Manning's
there's not a
out.
lot of I don't know. There's not a lot of I don't know diversity in Exodus, Gods, and Kings.
Yeah.
I just love that I got away with that. So even just be done.
See, Yeah, I was
I've
like, yeah.
never seen Exodus,
a
Gods
minute.
and Kings, so I wouldn't have. I know Christian
You
Bale.
said it with
played
such
Moses.
confidence that I
That's
was
it.
like, oh, he's right, yeah. And then I thought about it for a second. I'm just like, wait a minute, where's Chadwick Boseman in that movie? It's a lot of white people.
I feel like retroactively, Malcolm should be out, but
I mean,
Here, you guys go head to head. Do it until someone gets it. I'd have to watch this.
all right.
I'm gonna go for.
We got Christian Bale as
The
well.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Ooh.
David Hasselhoff.
Ooh.
Baywatch.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Walking Tall.
Fucking tall, the Dewey Cox. Shenanigans.
Kevin Costner.
Checking. No, Kevin Costner is not in it.
I am invincible. That's the Dewey Cox story, right? Walking Tall.
No, you're thinking of Walk Hard.
Walk Hard.
That's what I was thinking when you said that. I was about to say,
Yeah.
what in the world is this?
I was like,
Like we have Johnny Knoxville, Neil McDonough.
okay.
No.
Big thing is The Rock in that movie.
Yes, he is in fact in that movie.
'Cause we
Yes.
Check it, Malcolm.
Malcolm, is he in that movie? He is in that movie, Walking
Okay.
Tall
So
from 2004.
I am Vina. I am Vina. I am Vina.
Might be the first time you've ever won shenanigans in the history of it, I think,
don't
isn't
know.
it? But
Retroactively, though, Manning should have kept playing.
I mean, that's on me for not questioning him when I just heard it, because this confidence was just so blatant.
Once again, I've never seen the movie, so I
It's
just
not good.
there was no way I could be like, oh, I don't think so.
But I mean, with that being said, we've reached the end. Matt, where can people find you online?
You guys, as always, can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, MattMovies611 on YouTube, Patreon.com/Kearns_Matthew, like my Twitter. If you like the work I do and you want to give me money, you be the first. You can also find me. I host 2 shows here on Take 3, Second Look and the Fandom Podcast. Episodes of both. Fandom Podcast, I'm just pinning down a guest. And then Second Look, just figuring out what movie I want to work on for the next episode. And there's another show that I think the closer we get pinned down that me and Malcolm and Manny, I think we're all going to be involved in, but I think we'll talk about that when we have it more pinned down. It's not all 3 of us together, but
No.
we're all working on it together. So
All of us.
discuss that. Yeah, no new logos for Fandom Podcast or Second Look because I'm a lazy shit.
But Manning, where can people find you online?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Cine_Man. Right there. At CINE_MANN. You can find me there on the Twitter. Also, you can find me here on Take 3 hosting Gone with the Wind, which we have about 4 more episodes in this season before we take a break, a much needed hiatus. But you can join us to this Saturday at 4 p.m. where we will be having our live Oscar predictions, where we'll be talking with you guys, hearing what you have to say about certain things and discussing, and will be our final episode before the Oscars happen next Sunday. And don't forget, the Oscars are next Sunday at the same time of, I don't know what we're going to do for late night, but it's at the same time.
The Oscars are next week already?
I know, right? It's so weird to think about. But you also find me, here and on my YouTube channel at Manning Frags for video essays and various things that I also do when I have time.
But yeah, and you can find me on Tape for Productions, where I host Rankum every Saturday night. Next week is going to be top 12 movie scores of the 2000s.
Patriot.
And you can find me hosting late night on next Sunday, which I think it will be a Oscars watch along essentially, because why not? If you can't compete for the Oscars, join them.
Nice.
I would love to join the Academy. Give Ben Affleck his deserved Oscar nom.
He deserved that. He did deserve that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, but then all the other
pandering.
better actors came out, and
I'm not even hearing anything on this.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Argo when he lost the director nomination for that one. Then I just
No, I mean that too. I was also talking about
he
the
deserved
way
that.
back. That was also bullshit. Like, come on.
The fact that he missed that, it was to this day I still don't understand. He won the DGA.
why?
Sorry, Malcolm.
But you can also find me over on Full Metal, where I host Full Metal Classic every Sundays as well, and I also host Full Metal Random on Tuesdays. And this week is going to be Mark Kamaya taking on Jay Burns, taking on Nico, taking on Caleb Coho in a Batman quadrilogy match, which is Batman 89 to Batman and Robin. It should be a lot of fun.
I will definitely be playing along with that episode.
But until next time, get some good sleep. I do not have a catch sign off line.
He was going to say the rank of one, wasn't he?
No,
If you were like, keep listening,